Yes, my name is Madu Ajaja. I am a Rasta, unconditional love for humanity and respect for the basic human rights of men, which are specifically called to defend against the violation by oppressive forces who do what they do for their own selfish interests and personal survival at the expense of and to the detriment of the poor, weak, voiceless, and the vulnerable. Therefore, I am not afraid or have respect for anyone, group of people, or any government driven by the white warped vices that they use as tools to treat the people as lesser than the humans that they ought to be, because they believe that they have power over them. I have no physical army and armaments, but the offensive guts to stand up for the people who need the inspiration to stand up for themselves, their rights, and their lives. As an army of a united people who must be free to live in peace and harmony with one another and not struggle in poverty, misery, and violence in the midst of their abundance, as is the case with Nigeria and the rest of Africa. My mission, therefore, is more spiritual than political, but is propelled by the compelling quest for socio-economic equality, justice, and freedom for all, which makes it most dangerous because it deeply and audaciously upsets the corrupt and the morally bankrupt status quo or system that works for only a few people, connected by a deadly generational conspiracy scripted by some heinous rogues and criminals to keep their own people repressed and exploited using various antics, including but not limited to poverty, illiteracy, and divisive politics and rhetoric with roots in religion or and tribal and regional nationalism. I am not in any haste to be anything. I just want to honestly and organically without being transactional, as our corrupt tradition demands, inspire a change of behavior and attitude among the repressed, oppressed, and the economically disenfranchised whopping majority of the people of Nigeria so they can open their eyes and look beyond their immediate hunger and other distractions that already exist and the new ones that are being are being placed in their way by their oppressors and exploiters, which actually constitute a thick iron veil in place to prevent them from recognizing them as the real enemies that they must fight and crush in defeat. This is why, even though we need money, we don't accept money from politicians and all those whose businesses involve exploiting the people in one way or another at Open Nigeria. The consciousness of the people of Nigeria as it stands today is dangerously tilted towards corruption and moral bankruptcy, and poverty, ignorance, disease and death, and hypocrisy and bigotry. No nation grows and develops and progresses and prospers in those directions without crashing into its catastrophic end. And sadly, that is the dangerous road Nigeria is traveling with an unprecedented speed. And unless her citizens change their course and become positively and patriotically conscious and responsible, Nigeria will crash to create an unprecedented human tragedy in Africa that the world has never seen, even though some imperial forces want it that way for their second colonization of Africa. Today, I received a lot of threats from the agents of those holding Nigeria to ransom because of the strength of my message and the effect it is beginning to have on their captives. But to me, they are inspirational and will keep me going and growing in courage to do more to build the required critical mass of critically conscious Nigerians from every corner of Nigeria to move the country out of darkness to light. I would love to see more ordinary Nigerians join us at Open Nigeria to make the mission and vision of setting Nigeria free a reality.